Good morning, everyone. On this Monday in the 30th week in Ordinary Time, we are continuing our reading in the book of Ephesians, one of my favorite books, not the only one, but one of my top, you would say. And we're in chapter 4, verses 32 through 5 through 8, verse 8. Brothers and sisters, be kind to one another, compassionate, forgiving one another as God has forgiven you in Christ. Be imitators of God as beloved children, and live in love as Christ loved us and handed himself over for us as a sacrificial offering to God for a fragrant aroma. Immorality or impurity or greed must not even be mentioned among you, as is fitting among holy ones. No obscenity or silly or suggestive talk, which is out of place, but instead thanksgiving. Be sure of this, that no immoral or impure or greedy persons, that is, idolater, has any inheritance in the kingdom of Christ and of God. Let no one deceive you with empty arguments, for because of these things the wrath of God is coming upon the disobedient. So do not be associated with them, for you were once darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. Live as children of light. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. You are light in the Lord. Live as children of light. On the latter part of his letters, Apostle Paul often goes into the more practical, straightforward things about what he's doing. The first part typically is his arguments that he has, and it's based on a good theological argument that he's portraying. And we saw the mystery of God, of what God's revelation for humanity, and that in Christ, salvation is open to all people, including the Gentiles. But now we're getting into the nitty-gritty of how does that look and how does it practically be lived out. And part of that is learning to live in the newness of being children of God. By our baptism, we entered into this covenantal relationship with God that seats us, as he said earlier, in the heavenly places. We have citizenship in heaven. So that type of life that is in heaven ought to be lived here on earth. And so all these things that he says shouldn't be even remotely part of our lives. It should be completely absent from our lives because we are truly children of God. And so we ought to be living in that kind of life, allowing the Spirit of God to direct us the proper ways. It's a wonderful expression of what God intends for his creation. And so let's ponder these thoughts that Apostle Paul gives us and consider our own lives. Let's go before the Lord, asking for forgiveness for these areas and move forward as we ought to in his kingdom. Stay safe, folks. Hopefully we'll see each other soon. Bye for now.